2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 5 through 10. Of such a one I will glory, yet of myself I will not glory, but of mine infirmities. For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool, for I will say the truth. And I will forbear, lest any man should think of me beyond what he sees in me, or that he hears of me. And lest I shall be exalted above measure, through the abundance of revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. All right, so let's just look right here. It says, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh. Why was it given to him? So that he wouldn't be exalted above measure because of the abundance of the revelations. Right? So he had a superabundance of the revelation of the Lord Jesus Christ. Did he not? He had, whether in the body or out of the body, gone to heaven, heard things that men weren't allowed to utter. He had had the Lord Jesus appear to him in glory to save him. Jesus didn't do that for me. Okay? Paul wrote over a third of the New Testament. So listen, until you write a third of the New Testament, have gone to heaven and back, and have had a glorious revelation of the Lord Jesus Christ, even if it was a disease, you don't qualify until you have that. Alright? It wasn't a disease, but even if it was, you don't qualify for getting that kind of a thorn in the flesh until you have this kind of revelation. Alright? Now, secondly, it tells us what the thorn in the flesh is. It is a messenger of Satan sent to buffet him. Okay? Messenger, that word in the Greek is angelos. Always refers either to a person, either angelic or human. A messenger. That's a word we get angel from. Never refers to a disease. Always refers to a person. So, here's what you have going on. Paul said, for this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. Make him stop, Lord. He's going into all my churches, or they are going into all my churches. They're slandering me everywhere I go. Did Paul have something like that going on? He sure did. Everywhere. This satanic messenger going around spreading all these lies and rumors against Paul. And undermining his ministry. And God said, you know what? I'm not taking him out of your life. I could stop it. I could take his breath away like that. I could have him killed. I could have him go into the deep and get shipwrecked. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave him in your life. Why? Because my grace is sufficient for you. My grace is sufficient. Stop living for your reputation. The church doesn't hang on your reputation. It hangs on the gospel. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about what people think about you. They're going to believe what they see and they hear in you. Don't you back down and stop your whining. My grace is sufficient for you. Now here's the thing, church. Paul gets his thorn, but Paul's church has got his thorn too. And you and I can really make thorns go away by understanding the gospel and abiding in the gospel. You can have people that come around and slander good ministers of the gospel to you. With the internet these days, wow, you Google Jesus, you Google God, and you're going to find all kinds of weird stuff. Anybody who's doing anything anywhere, good or bad, is slandered out there. Don't be quickly turned away from somebody who is preaching the gospel to you. And who's my favorite definition of an apostle is this. There's somebody that you know is taking on hell for you to walk in the fullness of God. If you don't have a strong sense that they have a revelation of Jesus Christ that leaves you in awe, that fills you with life and peace and builds you up, if they have no power to heal the sick and cast out demons, if you don't have a sense that these people would lay their lives down and take on hell for me to walk in all the fullness of God and for me to maintain my freedom, and they're calling themselves apostles, I would encourage you, run. They're grabbing a title, and they're trying to grab your wallet. Okay? If they're truly apostles, they're usually beaten, broken men and women that are taking on hell. They're very slandered usually, because every religious, political, and worldly demon is zeroed in on them because they're really afraid of the Church of Jesus Christ discovering who she is and waking up. They've experienced it. They know what it was like to have a bride who knew her bridegroom,
Amen.
who walked in freedom. They got their tails kicked all over the Roman Empire. It was miserable for them. But guess what? Sons of God are back!